Is it possible to transform scrap wood into my dream piece of art? This is day one, using all the scrap wood I refuse to throw away. For this entire series, I'm only allowed to use what's in my scrap pile. So I've never built anything like this before, but it's gonna turn out awesome. First, I'm gonna cut these into 2x2 squares. Pull off a modern geometric piece, I naturally chose the most tedious route possible, which meant setting up a stop block and questioning my life choices while batch cutting 99 individual square blocks. Time for my least favorite part, sanding. I'm using 120 grit. This is gonna be fun. Doing this entirely by hand was a terrible idea. My hand is cramping. To make this look like high-end art, I couldn't just use standard acrylic paint. I needed milk paint. It comes as a dry powder. For a solid thick paint, I use a 1-to-1 ratio of powder to water. You have to mix it for a solid 5 minutes, and then this is crucial. Let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes so all the bubbles go away. Once it's ready, it turns into this incredibly rich matte finish that literally soaks into the wood fibers. I use that thick mix for a dead flat black, but for the outer blocks, I wanted a stain. So I did the exact same mixing process, except I used a 2-to-1 ratio of extra water. It tints the wood, but lets all that gorgeous natural grain show right through. Now, RMP milk paint naturally dries incredibly fast and leaves a super flat finish by design. So to really bring the color to life, you have to seal it. I grabbed my tin of RMP Finishes clear furniture wax, which is my favorite finish to use. It's so easy. Scoop some onto a rag, rub it in circles, and then wait a couple minutes until you wipe off the excess. It leaves a beautiful satin finish. Let's get this cut to size. Since a flat grid looks super boring, to make this look 3D, I had to cut a million tiny MDF spacers to mount underneath random blocks so it raises them to different depths. Looks like icing. Now I have to paint the backer board. I'm using Arabian Night. Time to glue all 99 blocks. I am super nervous. While I was gluing it on to keep the grid straight without losing my sanity, I used 2 scrap boards on the sides to force everything into alignment. It's far from perfect, but that organic variation is what gives handmade art its character, so we're just gonna go with it. I firmly believe every piece of art needs a frame, so I pulled some leftover white oak from my rack and cut a custom frame. I finished the oak using that same Arabian Night paint to match the center focal point and glued it directly to the outer edge. I took this embarrassing pile of shop trash that almost fell on my head to a piece of 3D modern art that actually looks expensive. I still have a ton of scrap left, so comment below and let me know what I should build next. And don't forget to subscribe so you can follow for day 2.